definitely wanted to jump on for a little bit. Shout out to everybody who's been on this morning and been doing their thing, who really been bringing everything to a close and, just tying up loose ends. I wanted to come on because I wanted to just put this message out there. This is kind of a word of encouragement slash a cautionary tale. And I want to just let everybody know that peace is not obtained peacefully. It has never been obtained peacefully, and it has never been obtained in a peaceful way. It's always been through war and conquering that peace has been obtained in an area. It's always been because of a reputation of being able to move to a level of destruction that some people are not willing to go to, has always been the key to peace. And so I want to let everybody know who's fighting out here in these YouTube streets, or any fight in your life, period, across the board. Let's just take it out of YouTube. Any fight that you're facing in life, your peace is going to be obtained only in a non-peaceable way. So you're going to have to fight for your peace. Yeah, it sounds like an oxymoron, but that's the absolute truth of the matter. I've never had peace in my life without fighting for it, without letting people know that they're not going to come in and disturb my peace. And in order for me to do that, that means that I have to defend my peace. And where does my peace reside? My peace resides in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit. And so I have to protect these things. And so that is a fight. That's a constant fight, a battle that you take on every single day that you wake up and decide to move forth and try to accomplish something. And so your peace is going to be obtained through a fight. It's always going to be there. There's always going to be opposition. There's always going to be a spirit that's going to try to get you out of your peace. There's always going to be someone that's going to allow a spirit to use them to try to shake you, to try to rattle you, to try to get you off your spot. But you have to understand these things. This is where spiritual warfare come in. Some of the people that I deal with, they understand spiritual warfare and they see what's taking place. And so in a lot of these situations, the people that you're dealing with, you ask how can they do the things that they do? It's because they're being governed by a certain spirit. And that spirit is what's motivating them and pushing them to do the things that they do. So when you're able to see it from that perspective, it gives you a different idea of how to handle people, and your emotions won't be so venomous towards somebody. This is the way that I use to keep myself from becoming vindictive and all of those different iniquitous things that we do in secret. Because there's a lot going on out here. A lot of people have been hurt. A lot of people have been betrayed. There's a lot of people who are paranoid and they don't know who's good or bad. They don't know who's coming to do them harm. They don't know who's coming to do right by them. And so they're just standing back and they're letting the chips fall where they may. But any peace that you choose to have in any area that you choose to occupy, designate, just know that that peace is going to come with a fight. You're going to have to fight for that peace, tooth and nail. And it sounds crazy, but at the same time, that's just the way it goes. So anybody out here who comes for your peace, anybody out here who tries to get you off your square, you have every right to defend yourself. You have every right to fight back, to protect your mind, body, and soul at all costs. Now, some people will go out and they will do some extreme things to protect their peace. And some people will allow their peace to be snatched and they just play this game of trying to regain their peace. But you can't allow that to take place. That's something that you have to guard. If you don't guard anything else, guard your peace. Now, if you don't have any peace in your life, then that's not a issue for you to be dealing with right now. Your problem is trying to find your peace. And so in finding your peace, that's still going to be a fight as well, because there's people out there who don't want you to have any peace. Because when you have peace, that means you have the clarity to think things through. When you have peace, that means that you're not so easily shaken. When you have peace, that means that you are stable in things in your life. And trying to use somebody or trying to fight against somebody who has that mentality is a really hard thing. That's why when you have fighters who go into the ring, they want to go in there with a clear mind, clear heart, clear spirit. If they got a lot of stuff going on outside of the ring, then that could very easily play into the match, into the fight. And so you always want to make sure that you have a clear mind and a clear conscience whenever you're fighting for your peace or what you consider your peace. Because a lot of times we can consider something our peace, it's not really our peace, such as people. There are certain people that you think bring a sense of peace to your life, but really that person is not bringing peace to your life. They're bringing convenience to your life. They're bringing easy access to your life, but they're not bringing real peace. And so, in order for you to expect somebody to be peace for you, then that means that that person also has to have peace. Blessings, Eve. It's awesome to see you. I thank you for coming in and sharing some of your time with me this morning. I'm just talking about peace and how much of a fight it is to maintain your peace. To hold my peace, and as opinionated as I am and as compassionate as I am, sometimes it's very hard for me to hold my peace. And that's something that I'm working on. That's a flaw in me. I recognize it. And I ask anybody who's close to me and interact with me on a regular basis, if you notice that, please check me on it. I don't mind being checked as long as you come to me in love. If you come and you correct me, you rebuke me in love, I will receive it. I promise you I will. I'm not one of those dudes who think I'm too big for somebody to tell me something. And even if I don't like it initially, I'm gonna be man enough to accept the wise counsel and the wise correction, and then we can talk it out later on after I done got past my feelings. But I'm gonna be straight up and I'm gonna be straight out with everybody because I want real peace in my life. This is what I'm seeking. This is what I'm searching for. And this is what I want people to feel when they're in my environment. I don't want you to feel animosity and tension. I don't want you to feel like you're threatened. Any of that. It's peace. But if you come over here trying to threaten the peace or you're trying to get me off my square, then that's where I'm going to come out of that peaceful mode. And now I'm about ready to fight for my peace because I'm going to protect my mind. I'm going to protect my heart and my spirit at all costs. There's a lot of people out here who use a lot of tactics to get under people's skin. And I was saying earlier, there's nobody who's not in my direct circle that could get under my skin because you do not have any personal knowledge of me to be able to affect me in that manner. And so my peace is cool whenever people come on and they're talking crazy and they're making accusations and they're projecting different things onto you. I can keep my cool in those situations and not spend the next 10 minutes trying to defend something that don't even pertain to me because I understand who I am and I'm at peace with that. And even if they do call out something that I'm dealing with, I can be man enough to be like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm glad that you saw that because that's something that I've been working on. So for me to not, and I'm going to turn it into that, but I'm never going to be one of these people out here who's just causing chaos and ruckus. Now, I won't start the fight, but I can definitely end it very well. And so that's something else I'm working on too. But, you know, just fight for your peace at all costs. Everybody on here has a life outside of what we do on YouTube and what we say on YouTube. And these things affect our day. That's why we come on here so that we can release some of these stresses of the world and we can talk through some of these situations with our people. Because we always have to process the events that take place in our lives on a daily basis, especially if it's something significant that's going to cause a change in our lifestyle. And so we lean on each other and we come on here to release that tension and that anxiety and that pressure. And so you surround yourself with people who have your best interests at heart. And what people are those? People who exhibit love without being asked. People who show you love and come and embrace you without any motive or incentive. These are the guidelines that I go by. And so when I deal with people and I let certain things out on certain platforms, that's because I feel comfortable with that person's character and what they've shown me. And I know that I can trust that person with my information, not to take and try to exploit or use against me at any point. These things are very important, especially in this age of communication that we're living in now, because we have every device you could think of to properly communicate, yet still we have a disconnect. Why is that? Communication has been strengthened 100-fold, but we seem to suffer from a lack of communication even more. That's something that I'm not willing to accept. That's something that I feel like can be changed by us as people by doing the actual manual work, not looking to a computer system or algorithm or something like that to fix the problem for us, but actually doing the work that we can do to resolve an issue. That's where I'm at with it. So this is your boy D-Mac, man. Y'all know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.